Hello everyone. Welcome to our live streamed mindful practice. Before we start, I would like to invite you to join our mindfulness series online course where you'll find additional resources, helpful tips and a supportive community forum. Each mindfulness session like this one is recorded and uploaded to the course. So my name is Carolyn Barber. And my theme for today is appreciation or gratitude. And I'd just like you to do a little exercise with me. So let's think for a moment about what your current habit is about noticing things. So can you think of 5 things you've noticed in the last week which have really annoyed you, things that have gone wrong, mistakes you've made, and just count on your fingers for a minute. Sorry, I'm going to give you a minute to count on your 5 fingers, 5 things that have annoyed you. So this might be litter, or someone swearing, or rudeness, an unexpected bill, something that you'd missed, an appointment, anything that you can think of just in the last few days. Now, I'd like you to think of 5 things that you've noticed in the last week that you've really appreciated, that you felt grateful for, or that you feel you've done well. So again, in the next minute, just count on the fingers of your hand 5 things that you appreciate. This might be the sun shining, a hot bath, an evening out with friends, a kind word from someone, flowers, a walk in the park. So I wonder which of these came more easily to you. It can depend on how you're feeling. Sometimes we notice the annoying things more, and sometimes we notice those things that we appreciate. But it's a really good habit for our mental health and well-being to notice more about the things that we appreciate in life. There's a tendency to notice the negatives rather than the positives. So I call that noticing the flowers rather than the dog poo. They're both, nothing's changed. They're both still there at the side of the road. But which one do you take away with you? Someone was describing to me the other day how a few years ago she felt in a really low place and was interpreting everything from a negative viewpoint, which is what we tend to do when we're feeling down. She started to keep a gratefulness diary where every night she wrote down a few things that she was grateful for during the day. She's continued this habit and feels that it's transformed her life. So an exercise that I'm going to suggest you do daily is to identify 5 things you appreciate and 5 people you'd like to thank for their contribution to your life. Do this daily for 3 weeks and watch how your perspective can be transformed. So I'm now going to take you through a guided meditation for about 10 minutes. This is a breathing meditation. So I'd like you to sit upright in a straight-backed chair. Your spine should be allowed to adopt its natural shape in a relaxed but dignified posture, about 1 inch from the back of the chair. Place your hands in your lap in whatever position feels the most comfortable. You can also do this meditation lying down, standing, or even walking. The guidance assumes that you're sitting, but you can adapt the instructions as you go along to whatever posture you've chosen. Allow your body to settle down into gravity, letting it be held and supported by the chair beneath you. Gently close your eyes and begin by tuning into the world around you. It might be noisy inside or out. You might hear cars, wind, rain, or human voices. Whatever is here, pay attention to the sounds for a moment. Try to remain receptive to them rather than being drawn into them. Notice how they rise and fall. Try not to change anything. Simply listen to this constantly changing landscape of sounds for a few moments. Gather up your awareness and focus your attention on your feet. Can you feel the floor beneath them? Pay attention to the sensations themselves. Consciously feel them rather than think about them. Notice how the actual sensations rise and fall. If there are no sensations at all, then simply acknowledge this to yourself. Now gently move your awareness through your whole body and feel the sensations in a similar way. How do your legs feel? Pause for a moment to soak up the sensations. Then slowly move your awareness to your pelvis, then your stomach and lower back, your chest and upper back. Feel the rise and fall of the breath for a few moments. And how do your arms feel? Move your awareness to your shoulders and pause for a few moments. Then move on to your head and neck. How do they feel? Pause here for a minute or so while you soak up the sensations of your whole body. Feel its pulsating life as the different sensations rise and fall. Try not to change anything at all. Simply accept what you find. Now allow your awareness to gather around the sensations of the breath in your body. Where do you feel the breath most strongly? The stomach, the ribs, shoulders, the nose, or perhaps the throat? Be curious about the actual experience. Try to accept the experience for what it is, rather than having any expectations or judgments. Accept whatever you find. Very gently rest your awareness within the whole torso. Can you feel your stomach rising on the in-breath and falling on the out-breath? Can you feel any movement and sensations in the sides of the body, in the back of the body? Try to bring a sense of kindly curiosity towards whatever you are experiencing as you breathe. Remember to accept whatever is happening as you breathe. Become aware of the qualities of your breaths. Are they fast or slow, shallow or laboured, smooth or ragged? See if you can cultivate a precise awareness of the sensations and movement of the breath in the body as they happen, moment by moment, being careful not to force or strain any of them. In this way, follow the breath as it rocks and cradles the body for a couple of minutes. From time to time, your mind will wander. This is normal. Each time it happens, gently acknowledge where your mind went, then bring your awareness back to wherever the sensations of breathing are the strongest. When your mind wanders again, as it surely will, become aware of any thoughts and emotions. As best you can, try not to criticize or judge them in any way. Try not to clear your mind of thoughts. Meditation isn't about having a blank or empty mind. It's normal to think. It's what minds do. So instead, can you look at your thoughts and emotions rather than from them? Can you get a sense of being aware of what you're thinking and feeling without either blocking your experience on the one hand or getting lost or overwhelmed by it on the other? Try to remember that thoughts are not facts, even those that claim to be. Can you let go of being caught up in them? Notice how they're continually changing one moment to the next in exactly the same way that your breath always changes. They're not as fixed and solid as you perhaps thought. Each time that your mind becomes caught up inside your thoughts and emotions, gently acknowledge them by silently saying to yourself, thinking, thinking, worrying, worrying, or whatever feels most appropriate. Then return your attention to the rise and fall of the breath. Use it as an anchor for the mind over and over again. Follow the breath all the way in and all the way out. And each time your awareness wanders, as it will, simply note it and return to the breath, time after time after time. Be very kind and patient with yourself. Realizing that your mind has wandered is the meditation. This is a magic moment of awareness, a moment when you've woken up from a distraction. So when you realize that your mind has wandered, you're succeeding in the practice, not failing, just as you're succeeding when you manage to stay with the breath. Focus your awareness on the breath in this way for a few minutes more. Now gently bring the meditation to a close. What sounds can you hear around you? Sounds near, sounds far. Are there any aromas? Can you feel anything unusual about your body? Stiffness perhaps, or the feel of clothes on your skin? Gently open your eyes and soak up whatever is in your line of sight. Gradually, gently, begin to move, making sure you give yourself time to make a smooth transition from the meditation to whatever you're doing next. And finally, I'm going to read a poem. It's called The Summer Day. It's by Mary Oliver, written in 1992. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else would I have done? Doesn't everything die at last, and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?